Hello guys, and welcome to Events Part 2. Last time I showed you how to create these events, like text and choices, a shot processing, a battle processing, and a chest where you need to create a question. You need to answer a question to get into. So now we're going to get into the more advanced stuff. Not the completely advanced stuff, like meet in the middle kind of stuff. So the types of things that are in the middle-ish would be changing party members. So let's say if you talk to a person, it'll switch your character. So you want to remove Eric and maybe add someone else. Like, I'm just gonna randomly click one here. Okay, it can't be Eric. So whoever that person is. I'm gonna give it a graphic. Some random actor, I guess. And yeah. And now when you play, and then you talk to that event, your character was changed. And let's say you don't want to get rid of the previous character, you just want to like add a character into your party, well then you don't need to do the remove Eric part. So then when you play it, it just adds him and he follows you the whole time. Then you can use the change formation. You can have him set as the leader. And yeah. Or you can have this as like a switch characters person, like talk and you switch to this character, talk and you switch back. Which will basically be, you add a conditional branch, then you go to page 2, and if actor Eric is in your party, then you'll do the insert, remove Eric, and then add just the random person. And then if something else is in your party, like let's say Natalie's in your party, then you're going to want to insert a party, remove Natalie, and a re-add Eric, and click apply. So now when you talk to her, you'll transform into Natalie, and then when you talk again, you'll transform back to Eric. So now we transform to Natalie, and now back to Eric. Transforming over and over and over again. Has no limit. No limit. And another thing for events, you gotta watch out for the trigger. Because if it was set to auto run, then that would have happened. You would have glitched out between characters. And you wouldn't be able to move because you're gonna have to wait till that completes. Which would be never because it's on auto run. So yeah. Okay, so we're gonna set that back to action button. And we're going to move on to the next event. The next event, what we'll do is we will add a name input. So let's say at the beginning you want to name your character, and you don't want the character named Eric. Then first, what you want to do is you want to go into your database, and you need to just erase his name. That's step one. Just erase your name. Then you can add the name input processing, and you can set the max amount of characters you're allowed to use. I preferably like to put 12 there because no one can have it. I don't think anyone has a name longer than 12 characters, without including their last name though. Then we're going to add a graphic. Add that person there. There. New game. So right now you have no name, unfortunately. Then you talk to the person, and then you can add a name. So for this, we'll just put test, and then you go down and click OK. Now from now on, your name is Test, as it says right there. So let's say you have the person from here that we had before, who in text says your name, and you play. When you talk to him at the beginning, he'll just say hi, and it would be nothing. And then we're just gonna quickly go through that. Now, when you actually add a name, let's say, we'll just put test again, I guess. Then you talk to him, and now he says the name that you named your character, which is Hi Test. So it also would work like that too. The next one we will have would be a change actor graphic. It's like the change member, but except if you have this character, then you change this character's graphics to something else. Let's say this character's graphics gets changed to like some random person, like this guy. Then you need to go and find his graphic. The guy with a bandana, red bandana, right here. There. So now let's go and put a character. There, so now when you talk to him, your graphic will be changed. Your stats won't be changed. You'd still have the same stats. You just have a different character, basically. So yeah, you will keep the same name and everything. So if you named yourself before, like all your stats would be there. Now next we will have like an enemy appear or an enemy transform. So let's say you have a character, say this guy, and then you'd like talk to him, and it turns out that he's just some random enemy. So enemy 1, and transform him into like a spider. Say spider. And save changes. And you talk to him. Okay, for some reason that did not work. like I said in the previous episode, this is basically trial and error. Well, I guess you could just put a battle processing. So then let's just change something else. You can also play a movie, but it comes with no movies, so you can show a picture, but it also doesn't come with any pictures. So yeah, you can play a music and stuff, you can flash the screen. Yeah, you can even set a move route. Here's one we can do. Let's say you want this person to like control your character and bring character somewhere. So like left, left, down, down, right, and you gotta make sure wait for completion is not there. Then, like let's say before this you insert a text saying like follow me. And then, so that's, this move route will move this character, the event. Now, you can also have another move route, but instead, it moves the player. And you're going to want the player to move the same amount of spaces, if I can see that. Okay, so we're going to move this to the side. We're going to edit that. So we want it left, left, down, down, right. This one you can have it wait for completion. And click apply. So right, right, down, down. Yeah, it'll work. It won't go off the map or anything. So when you start, you talk to him, he's like, follow me. And for some reason, my character, like the main character, is so much faster. And then set it to normal. Set his speed to normal. Yes. New game. Talk to him. Follow me. Wee. And stuff like that. Next thing is a vehicle. Okay, we'll add a boat. Just that this isn't really a good place to put a boat. So you can also add a boat. So set vehicle location, boat. You can have a graphic of like a boat. And click apply. New game. Go talk to the boat. Okay, that didn't really work out so good. And then you can swim across the oceans, not being able to leave this map. So you could go from one side of this island to the other side. And then maybe you can have multiple boats. No, it just takes the boat from earlier, pops it back. So yeah. That would be boats. Now if you don't want the graphic, so if it sets the boat location, then you can insert a self switch, like on the battle processing. Basically the same thing. And then test that out. And there you are. Now that boat, little graphic thingy, won't stay there for frickin' ever. Next, we will add common events. So sometimes some things, common events, can do differently than an actual event. So to go to create a common event, you go to your database in the common events tab, and you can create a common event. Basically, it has the same things, except you can do a little bit more stuff. Not much, but yeah. So let's say if conditional branch actor 1 is in your party, then you can insert a change armor. We can give him a crown increased by 1, and if that person isn't in the party, you can insert the change weapons and something like that. So if character 1's in the party, give that person a crown. If character 1 isn't in the party, then you give the character a long sword. That you can basically do in a normal event, except you do it here. Then when you create the actual event, so get an actor, all you basically have to do is call common event. So common events basically is for an event that you're going to use plenty times throughout the game. Like plenty times as in like a battle or something, or a text, or a shop or something. Shop would be a much more common. So you can now, let's add a self switch so you can't get like multiple long swords and stuff. Self switch, not switch. And we'll give it the same act character there. And we'll playtest that. So now when you talk to a person, right, it doesn't have any text, so I forgot to add text, but it actually works. You go into armor, it gives you the crown. Okay. And since the self switch is on, you can't do it again, so we have to close it and reopen it. Now let's go to our previous character over here that allows us to change our graphics. Okay, not this guy. Okay, I thought this was the graphic one. No, it was this one. Change to Natalie. Then if we ask, talk to that person, then we have a longsword. So yeah. So yeah, let's just see how much time. Okay, well, that's gonna have to be it for today. I have to create a part 3. Actually, next part is probably gonna be advanced events. So till next time.